What's up, everybody? Welcome to racingdudes.com. Welcome back to another one of our videos. All right, well, let's look at the Belmont Stakes. And remember, as you're watching this, this is just a first look. We're still over, almost 3 weeks away still from the Belmont Stakes. It's the Monday after the Preakness as I do this video. So still a lot of unknowns, but I'm going to tell you who NYRA has listed as their probable list. And then I'm going to mention a few others that I don't know. I think they're going to be there, or at least I would be kind of surprised if not a couple of them would be there. So let's go to the probables now. I've got them up on the screen for you right now. Sovereignty, Baeza, Rodriguez, Hill Road, Heart of Honor, Journalism, Gosker, and McAfee. So those are the 8 that are listed as probables according to NYRA. That is according to NYRA. That's who they're thinking about. Let's go through these first, and then we will I'm going to kind of go to some that I'm kind of speculating on. We'll see. I'll put those up on the screen for you. So Sovereignty is the first one listed here. And obviously a horse that right after the Kentucky Derby was like, yeah, we're going to the Belmont, skip the Preakness. So the Derby winner did skip the Preakness and now going to the Belmont. We'll see if it pays off, the extra time. We'll see if it pays off for Sovereignty, and we'll see if he gets the job done here and wins 2 out of the 3 legs of the Triple Crown without trying to win the middle leg. It'll be an interesting story. There's no doubt about it if he gets the job done. So another one that is skipped the Preakness and went straight to the Belmont, the 3rd place finisher of the Kentucky Derby, Baeza, another horse that should benefit from that time off between races. He's a lightly raced horse as well, and I thought he showed an awful lot in the Kentucky Derby to run 3rd. So yeah, this is going to be a great setup for him. Another 1.25 mile race where he excelled in the Kentucky Derby. He should be good here. So Baeza coming up here, I think with a big chance as well. 3rd place finisher, was closing fast, nearly got 2nd in the Kentucky Derby. Baeza should be tough and should be ready to roll. Rodriguez, talk about rest. He's going to come off rest as well. This horse tried to run in the Derby, didn't because he had a foot injury. Tried to run him back in the Preakness, didn't enter because he had a foot injury. He hasn't run since the Wood way back in the first week in April, so he'll be nice and rested. Hopefully the 3 more weeks will be able to get that foot ready to roll. He's one I've kind of been waiting on. He's got a lot of speed, and sometimes speed can really be deadly in these Triple Crown races. So still kind of waiting on him. Hopefully he's entered here. It'd be fun to see him back here in the Belmont Stakes. Hill Road, he won the Peter Pan Stakes at Belmont at the Big A. That's Aqueduct for those people that don't know. So he's going to go to the Belmont off of that win. The Peter Pan is always kind of a prep race for the Belmont, and we'll see if Hill Road for Chad Brown can get the job done. Like I said, coming off of that win, that's his first win in the United States. Heart of Honor is on the list. He's supposedly going to come to the race, and we'll see what happens with him. He kind of ran a even 5th in the Preakness, and that's kind of what I think he is. He's kind of just a drop back, make one run type. Journalism is the kind of the big news. Journalism is under consideration for it. They said after the race, we want to run in it. They took him up to Saratoga in case, hey, he's doing great and we're going to run in it. Boy, I hope he does. It's a lot to ask to run 3 races in 5 weeks. And then on top of that, all the trouble that happened for him. And is he banged up from the race or this or that? Or did it take a lot out of him because he had to run so hard? I don't know, but they want to run and they're going to monitor it. And look, I think if he's healthy, I think they'll run him. And I think that's great for the sport. They did a great thing for the sport running him in the Preakness, and it'd be even better if they ran him in the Belmont. But I certainly don't blame them if they don't after what happened in the Preakness. We'll see. But he is up at Saratoga. And if he gives them the right signs, he will run in the Belmont. Gosker also on the list here. Gosker 2nd in the Preakness, only lost by half length. I don't think there's any reason not to try it if they want to, right? So Gosker improved greatly in the Preakness Stakes, and I think going longer is going to be good for him. So Gosker on the list to try it. And then McAfee, 2nd in the Peter Pan. He was a stubborn 2nd in the Peter Pan. I thought he ran well. Hill Road got him just at the last. So McAfee under consideration as well. Those are the 8 horses. Look, obviously, I think if we get Sovereignty, Baeza, and Journalism, if we can get all 3, it really doesn't matter who else is in the race. We're going to have a lot to talk about, a lot to dissect, and a lot to hype up and look forward to. I'm not even saying I'm going to pick one of those 3. I'm just saying I want them in there because that's what the Belmont, what any Triple Crown race should be, a matchup of top horses. So hopefully those 3 get in there. After that, I think Rodriguez would be fun if he was in the race to kind of finally see what he could do. Gosker, he's a good story. Maybe he can, outrun his odds again in this spot. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. And again, I'm really rooting for those three big ones: Sovereignty, Baeza, and Journalism, the 1, 2, 3 finishers, I should say, of the Kentucky Derby back here in the Belmont. All right, let's look at kind of my speculation now. No Lucas runner, and look, I kind of hope they don't enter American Promise. I've seen enough of him at this point. He's just not that type, guys. But I would be surprised if Lucas doesn't try to enter somebody. Maybe it's Caldera. I don't know. I don't really think he's that type either, but maybe he gives him a shot at it. But as of now, no Lucas runners, and maybe it'll hold that way, but we'll see on that. Final Gambit. I thought he would be listed there. Maybe they've got a different race for him. Maybe, I've kind of missed the news that he's going to go somewhere else, but I thought he'd be listed. So I was pretty surprised by that. And then I wrote Asmussen runner. Like Tistastic, I think would make sense. Tistastic. I don't really know. Publisher. I don't think you want to do that again. Maybe put him in a maiden special weight, let him try to win one. Yeah, obviously Clever again. I don't think after what happened in the Preakness, I don't think that's going to be a thing, but why not Tistastic? I would think maybe he's going to be in there. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see some, an addition of somebody from the Asmussen barn, and Tistastic is the one that makes sense to me. Also, I think sometimes you see a field of, you hear of like, oh, there's only 8 horses. You'll get some people that'll be like, hey, you know what? Maybe we'll give it a try. Like maybe even a Sandman. They made us think, hey, he's doing okay. Throw him in there, just like they did in the Preakness. So I bet we get 9 or 10 by the time this thing is over, unless we have defections from that original list of 8. I'll put them up there again. If we get defections from that, then maybe not, but we'll see. I think it'll be a fairly full field by the time we get there. And like I said, I expect to see horses added to this list in the next couple of weeks. So, all right, that's a quick look at the Belmont Stakes as we see it right now. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Everybody hit that like button. If you like the video, hit subscribe. You really like it. Want to get alert anytime we do videos like this. We do videos like this all the time. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to stick with us because you'll like the coverage. It's not just Triple Crown. It's not just whatever, the big days. Every single week, we have multiple new videos of all kinds of stuff for you guys to watch. So anyway, everybody hit that like button, and everybody stay tuned for more news as we lead up to the Belmont Stakes.